What's going on, everybody? We're back with Alan Wake. One of those bad guys. Boop.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow. Oh, hey, I just finished those cover
Come to steal your
mock-ups.
thermos.
They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
I was gonna say that this is a family-friendly channel, but according to my language that I use quite frequently, this is not a family-friendly channel. Not always. Also, I like how I put the coffee on and all I did was flick it on. It's like, are you telling me that you just had grinds already and you had it like pretty much prepared, you just didn't turn it on? You're lazy. Lazy! I love coffee, okay? Don't get me wrong, I love coffee. There's more steps involved than what I had to do. Alan Wake. Yo, what's up with the gold Berettas? Manuscript page. Did we do the sudden stop?
They say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me.
Lame.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge. It had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain.
You ready to record, Fitz?
My blood
What's up, Bubby?
painted the snow red.
My cat is
Dissolved
insistent
all
on joining my Let's Plays.
leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them now. My wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
Alright, that made no sense. Let's do this. Brr, brr. I keep hitting the wrong button.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body.
Don't say that. I've seen the future.
Time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan?
Oh, baby,
Alan,
I'll hold
please
you.
check the fuse box.
I'm
I'll
right
hold
here.
you, baby. Don't worry.
Please hurry.
I'm
Where
right
the-
here, baby.
Where the few?
I'm fine, I'm fine.
Can you feel me near you?
Lights back on now, please.
Oh. Weird place. And shkadink.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm
My
sorry.
eyes.
It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
It's gonna
I
be a
know it's
romantic
stupid,
evening.
but it's just, especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Oh, baby. I assure you, it is PG at the most. And now we are back to Bright Falls.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake?
My
Any
eyes.
Nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling awake.
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't
Just
think
a
you have
whole ass
concern.
fish sitting there, buddy.
You've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If
Why
the
is
pain
it just
gets
a-
any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
Doc, I gotta say something. Your other patient's not looking too good.
I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you.
Uh-huh. I perform my experiments on the fish. Read what? Have you seen this man? Disappeared in 6/20/07. Knack for winning contests.
Come in, Mr. Wake.
Oh, I don't want to
Your
talk to you
phone's
yet.
on the desk. The
Get away from
battery
me.
was dead. It's charged now.
Good for you. I'm poking my nose around a little bit more.
Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you. Just
Oh yeah, I'm just kind of walking around wherever I want. How's it going?
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Good for her.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsals today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
You okay?
The sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr. Wake.
Shish. Alright,
Your
Sheriff
phone, Mr.
Breaker.
Wake?
Bing bong.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National
Mr. Wake,
Park.
can I help
There's a
you
spot
with
called
anything?
Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back. I couldn't go anywhere
course,
yet.
Mr. Wake.
I had to go along with the caller. Alice's life was at stake.
Hey, mister! Hey, can you turn the lights on? The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it. Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're all right. You're a good guy. Don't let
Okay.
anybody...
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Okay, well I want the dark presence.
Human mask. To describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Swing. Oh, I'm just walking around on my
He
knee.
told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Oh. Cha! Car karate kicks.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall in the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
I keep hitting the wrong button, man.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers. A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh!
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done.
Oh my gosh, this
I'm
is so cheesy. Oh my gosh, what the
Mr.
hell is
Wake,
that car driving?
My offer still stands.
So loud.
Get me
for
out.
no reason.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
Don't be a creep. Let me in. The skeleton of a... I don't care. We're not here for mammoths.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself. What, you
Arrgh.
shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week. And someone's got Alice. And everything's
Do you
just...
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong. It's a good
I
story.
punch you.
Could be a bestseller.
Look how stupid you look.
Confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Who dressed you? Who dressed you? Seriously.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here.
Aw, poor Pooch.
Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure.
Alrighty, boy.
What happened?
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole thing is... Listen, you hit your head.
Yeah, whatever.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Alright, you get well soon,
If you have any trouble
Paparito.
finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
Got it. Thank you, my zoomy eyeballs.
You're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out.
Shut up, Barry.
Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry.
Stealing your car.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. But you're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Achoo! Achoo! Just be careful with the natives.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Achoo! Bless you.
Why is it so dark in here? Picked up batteries. The lights do much. I'm saying, it's like, what the hell? Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's look over here. Despite my lax attitude, I am enjoying myself monumentally. Know what I'm saying? I'm having decidedly a lot of fun. Like I said, I really like this game. I like the story and I like everything else. And this game's got a lot of charm, even though it's, as I said before, it's got kind of that old clone. Where'd I get the piece?
I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Walk through the door now.
I mean, I know I had a piece, but like, what?
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry. Barry had the keys to the car he rented. It wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest. I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
that... As is typical, I'm too busy looking the wrong direction when scary things happen. You guys know my track record.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seek to manage.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk away from that because I don't care. Spooky. Spooky. Ah, what the? Oh, I think that was completely coincidental that I bumped into that and then whatever that was just happened. Hello? You didn't give me a gun for no reason. Can you feel me near you? I'm strapped. Yeah, it's another like night veil thing or whatever the hell it is. It's just another collectible type. Most of the manuscripts I'm cool with sitting around, like collecting those and doing that stuff. But I'm not gonna make a big fuss out of the other collectibles. If I see them, I'll grab them, kind of thing. But
the air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Does this seem odd? You know what I'm saying? Y'all do not feed wildlife. Rawr, I'm a bear.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
I should probably not go leaping off ledges here. I don't know if that's gonna just like kill me or not. Oh, scary.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! Oh God! I'm coming! Please, help me! Anybody? Help me! Help me!
Hold on a second. Collectibles.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken rib stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
Can you hear me? Anyone? Please!
The ranger's office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
Hello? Back here. I'm back here. Hey, please help me.
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
So, y'all are probably smart enough. I give you guys credit. Y'all are, I believe y'all are smart enough to understand. The manuscript is talking about what's happening. Because if you guys have noticed, and I pointed this out.
Sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
That very obviously, the manuscript is what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe. I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Rusty!
The ground was covered with boiling ashes that looked like liquid darkness.
Just a precautionary thing, so I don't stumble into it like an idiot later when real fighting kicks off. Y'all know my track record. Rusty! And the dog!
Torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
I guess we know which direction I'm going.
Don't feed the animals.
That sounds like Rusty.
For those prisoners who purchase a work license, obey
the Park Ranger's instructions
at all times.
Rusty, no!
Never go closer than 100 yards.
To bears and wolves, never approach any other wildlife closer than
25 yards.
That's us released.
At all times.
Never leave your
Unattended.
It is
Against the wall.
to remove any natural objects or historical artifacts from the park.
Batteries in there.
This includes even
Rocks.
you may
Find along
or even simple ways.
Achievement under a thin layer of skin. Defy the park ranger. There's really no like aiming in this game, if you haven't noticed. It's just kind of, you just kind of point. And Alan takes care of kind of the rest of it for you. Which is fine. Which is fine. I mean, I'd like a little bit more precision, if you know what I mean. Like, I'd like the ability to aim, but targets dying as many shots as targets take. Nice. Everything is nice. Everything is so nice.
What the hell was that? I saw from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
Here, manuscript page.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
That's actually really sad. Hey, we just hit a checkpoint. We're gonna cut this episode here. We're back into spookiness. It was a bit like a movie for the first half. I know we didn't necessarily get all that much done, but you know, you gotta have those moments of peace and clarity sometimes. Story building, world building, all that goodness. Hope you guys liked it. Leave a like, a dislike, comment, and subscribe for more if you're not already subscribed. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to catch you in the next video.